So here we go on question number 6. Question number 6 says that we have 69 grams of sodium that we're going to react with oxygen. We want to know the mass of the sodium oxide. So we're looking for mass of sodium oxide. We have 69 grams of sodium. It reacts with oxygen, but that's irrelevant in regard to the math of the problem. It's only necessary to know that so that we can balance the equation. All right, so 69 grams of sodium, do I need to change that to moles? Yes. Oops, forgot to put grams in. Times. Then we're going to put grams of sodium here and moles of sodium up here. And please note again that I am writing both in both places grams sodium, moles sodium. Each unit has two parts. One goes in moles. 23 will go with sodium because if you look at the periodic table, sodium has a mass of 22.9 something. You round it off to 23. What is our next step? The ratio of moles. So moles here, moles here. We know that sodium has to be down at the bottom because it's over here. What we're looking for goes on top, and what do we say we're looking for? What mass of sodium oxide? So we need moles of sodium oxide on top, since you can't find mass before you find moles. So we're going to put sodium oxide up there. All right. One goes with moles except in the mole ratio. This is the mole ratio. So to find these numbers again, you look at the equation. You've got a 2 in front of the Na2O. What's in front of the Na? What's going to go on the bottom? And on the top you would put what you're looking for, which is mass. Now what's mass measured in? That'd be grams of Na2O. One goes in moles, and the number of grams would be sodium's 23, but there are 2 atoms of sodium, so 23 times 2, 16 times 1. So that's 46, and 16 would be 62 grams per mole. Notice that units that are gone include grams of sodium, gone. Moles of sodium, gone. Whoops. Moles of sodium oxide, gone. So I have just end up with grams of sodium oxide. To do the math, it's 69 times 1 times 2 times 62. So I'll do that on the side. 69 times 2, 1 times 2, I skipped the 1, times 62. I get 8,556. Now I'm going to divide by 23 and then divide again by 4. Divided by 23, divided by 4 equals. So my final answer is 93 grams of sodium oxide. All right, last question. Maybe the most difficult because you need to write your own equation for this one. So this says sodium nitrate reacts with is plus lead 2 oxide to produce is yields lead 2 nitrate and was plus sodium oxide. So sodium nitrate. Remember when you're writing equations, you write the symbols down first. Plus lead 2 oxide, so that'd be PbNO, yields. Lead 2 nitrate, Pb with NO3, plus sodium oxide. All right, now you check your charges and do your formula. So this is a 1, that's a 1, so that formula is fine. This 2 right here means a plus 2 charge, and that's a minus 2 charge, so that formula is fine. Lead 2 nitrate, that's a plus 2, but nitrate's a minus 1, so now we've got to adjust by putting parentheses and a 2. 2 1s matches a 2. Sodium is plus 1, oxygen is minus 2, so I need 2 atoms of sodium, put a 2 down here. We got our equation written. Third thing we do is balance it. So it looks like everything's even except the nitrates and the sodiums. So over on this side, there are 2 nitrates here. On this side there's only 1 nitrate, so I need to put a 2 in front. That created 2 sodiums, but I already had 2 sodiums over here, so now we're finished. All right, so we have 170 grams of sodium nitrate. Will we need to do anything with that? What do we need to do with that? Is it in moles? No, so it needs to be in moles. And remember, we're comparing lead-2 nitrate and sodium nitrate is what we start with. So I'm going to have grams of sodium nitrate on the bottom and moles of sodium nitrate on the top. 1 goes in moles, and the mass is here. That's 23, 14, and 16 times 3. All right, so that adds up to be what? 23 and 14 is 37. 37 and 48. 16 times 3 is 48. So 37 and 48 is 85. So this mass right here would be 85 grams. Notice that grams cancel. Now we need to get rid of moles, so that goes on the bottom. Is this the mole ratio step? Yes. So put moles on top. And what we're looking for again, lead-2 nitrate. What mass of lead-2 nitrate? That's over here, so we'll put Pb NO3 parentheses 2. What is the number in front of lead-2 nitrate? Oh, it's a 1, so put a 1. What's the number in front of sodium nitrate? And then our last step is to change to grams of lead-2 nitrate. So we're going to have moles of lead-2 nitrate on the bottom. Grams of, there's a 2 right there, and grams of lead-2 nitrate on top. All right, so to add that up, the lead is 207. So write that down, 207 plus. Now inside the parentheses, you have a 14 plus 3 times 16. Then you have to multiply that by 2 because there's 2 of them. So 207, I'll write it over here, 207 plus 14 plus 16 times 3 is 16 times 3 is 48, plus 14 is 62. So plus 62 times 2, because there's 2 of what's inside the parentheses. Maybe easier to see it up here. So we've got 14 plus 16 times 3 is 62, multiplied by 2. All right, so 62 times 2 is 124. 124 and 207 is 331. So this number here is 331. All right, so we'll put our answer in this little shape here. To multiply, to do the math, you multiply across the top. So it's 170 times 1 times 1 times 331. Then we're going to divide that number by 85 and then divide by 2. So my final answer, coincidentally, seems to be 331. I'm going to run that one more time, make sure I did that right. So 170 times 331 equals, I got 56,270 on the top. Then I'm going to divide by 85 and then divide by 2. So the answer is 331 grams. That's the end of the test.